Alright, so I just fucked up really big time. And before you move on and click on another video and start doom scrolling, I just want to warn you that if you're doing precisely the same mistake that I just did, you might not only lose your gains, lose your energy, lose your mood, lose your strength, lose your whatever, lose your physique, but you might also lose your life. And I really want you to just turn off your TikTok brain for a second. Just pay attention to the first part of this video because it might save you from a lot of trouble if you're doing the same mistake that I just did. So recently, well, not recently, for the past few months, I've been trying to improve my diet. Generally, like us as athletes, we're trying to improve everything we can achieve better performance while working out. Well, the bad news is I did a major mistake that just happened to cost me like 1 year of progress alongside with a rhomboid injury that I got. So these two set me back for 1 year. And I don't want that to happen to you. So I'm going to share the story today and hopefully you'll stop doing if you are and save yourself from a lot of trouble. Now, if you take a look at my older videos, you'll see that I have a video about diet. And in that diet video, I suggest that you should prioritize protein. Well, it's not really such a bad advice. It could be much better because I recently discovered that you should prioritize carbohydrates instead of protein because carbohydrates are better for energy. And in calisthenics and gymnastics, you want to have a lot of energy to, just do your workout and progressively overload because muscle size is not so important in these sports. I'm gonna say that I probably took the advice of prioritizing protein and fats from these alpha masculine YouTubers like Hamza and others that just, are focusing on business and entrepreneurship, and their goals are different from ours. We as athletes need energy, they just need, they don't want to feel like bloated from carbohydrates and stuff, which I get it, but my video shouldn't have been about prioritizing protein, but rather about, just focusing on energy. Now, since I had in mind that I needed more protein, I don't know what just hit my mind, but I say I need more protein. So what does a broke, unemployed teenager that relies on his parents' money think of? Well, get the cheapest protein source. And what was the cheapest protein source? For me, since I live in Portugal, it is chicken liver. Now, chicken liver is not bad. It's actually very healthy. But just like anything else in the world, too much of anything is bad for you. To achieve my daily protein intake goals, I wanted to get about 180 to 200 plus grams of protein per day. So I thought it was most logical to get like around 1 to 2 boxes of chicken liver per day. And each one of those included about 750 grams. So I don't know what was going on my mind when I took that decision, but I decided to start eating 2 boxes per day, so 1.5 kilograms of meat per day. Now, I wasn't aware of the huge problems that we're going to follow up by eating a bunch of chicken liver, but apparently I realized too late. Now, what's the problem with eating like 1 to 1.5 kilograms of liver per day? Well, supposedly you should be having at maximum 100 to 200 grams of liver per week. And I was eating 1 to 1.5 kilograms per day. Now, why is this an issue? Well, if we take a look at the micronutrients of the chicken liver, you'll see that per 100 grams, you get all of these vitamins, all of these minerals, all of these amino acids, which are like proteins and stuff. But you see, there's a lot of it. And as you can see here, this is the daily reference that you should. This is the daily reference of the nutrients that you get. You see here, daily value. 9% of fat, 10% of saturated fat, na 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 na. And you see here, well, this isn't a big issue here, the macros. The biggest fuck up lies on the vitamins and the minerals. You know, there's a thing called vitamin overdose, as well as a mineral overdose, and these can fuck you up really bad. So, iron, you get 72% per 100 grams. So, there's 72% of your daily intake, just one serving size of liver. Now, if we go ahead and multiply it by 15, you will see that we get 1080% of the daily reference value. Now, do you think that this brings issues in one day? Probably not. Your body's probably going to be able to just clear it up and you're fine. You're good to go. Well, what happens if you just do it for days, for weeks, for months? Shit begins to happen. And that's what happened to me. So I had all of these vitamins in excess in my body, especially vitamin A, which you know is a big trouble in your body. I think it's because it's a fat soluble vitamin, and it takes longer to just for your body to just clear it out, and it just kind of sticks to your liver, your organs, and whatnot. So it's bad. Too much of it is bad. It's damaging for your liver. And let's do the calculation. So 479 times 15, you'll see that I was getting every single day 7,185% of the total daily value. That's almost 72 times more than what I needed. And that was every single day that I was eating. So can you multiply it over 30, 60, 90, 120 days? So let's just multiply it for 120 days. So I just did the correct calculation, and as you can see, over the course of 120 days, I would end up with 682,200% more of vitamin A. So you can see the massive problems that were going to just hit on me. So let's take a look at the issues with vitamin A overdose. So these are the symptoms. You get nausea, vomiting, headache, dizziness, irritability, blurred vision, and muscular incoordination. So I didn't experience nausea, vomiting, like headaches. What I did experience was dizziness, like irritability, muscular incoordination, and those things affected my workouts very negatively. Muscular incoordination was really fucking up my workouts because I just got there and I couldn't work out properly. Like I don't know, something was I could feel that something was wrong, and I didn't know it was from eating the liver. Now let's take a look at too much iron. Let's see. Iron overdose. So it. Oh shit. Oh fuck. I didn't see that, but you get liver damage and may occur several days after the ingestion. You get metallic taste in mouth. Okay, I didn't see that. You get nausea, vomiting. What the fuck? I didn't see that. What symptoms of too much iron? So let's see what are the symptoms of too much iron. Aha, that was the thing I was looking for, not overdose. So I'm feeling very tired all the time. You probably, if you see my vlogs channel, you saw I was like constantly in a shitty mood. I didn't want to do anything. That was me pretty much throughout all the day. I didn't want to do anything. I had the discipline to just grab my shit and go work out, even if I felt in the worst state possible. But you cannot progress in calisthenics when you don't have energy. Because when you don't have energy, you cannot go hard in your workouts. And when you cannot go hard in your workouts, there's not enough stimuli for both your muscles and your central nervous system. So causing the neural adaptations that increase strength. And when that happens, well, guess what? You're going to plateau and lose strength, which is what happened to me. Now, you get weight loss. I did probably lost some weight because I was like eating a shit ton, but I don't feel heavy. I feel like I lost muscle. You get weakness, joint pain, inability to maintain an erection. Not a problem for me. Regular periods or subdermal period, brain fog, mood swings, depression, and anxiety. This was the one that hit me the most. I'm kind of a quiet guy. I've just sometimes I have a lot of negative thinking, but this time with excess iron, I could just feel my brain wasn't working properly. So I had a lot of brain fog. I could barely focus anymore. I was struggling a lot to learn. In school, I could just absorb things very quickly. I just absorb it, barely have to study. I get good grades. That was because I had good mental clarity. Now I'm just fucking dead. I can barely read because I had such a big brain fog. Mood swings, didn't really experience it because I do meditation. Do your meditation, guys. It's really good. Depression and anxiety. I don't like the word depression, but I felt really shitty about myself. And anxiety. Yep. I was, feeling anxious / stressed all the time. It's kind of a feeling you get when you procrastinate for too long, and then you have this deadline and you're all stressed, and you have to do something. But this was me just living 24/7. So you get all of these bad symptoms from eating too much liver meat. Now, I don't want you to get scared because of liver. It's a very good thing, but eat it in controlled portions. Don't be a fucking dumbass like I was and start eating 1.5 kilograms per day. You just need 100 to 200 grams per week. So, next one. Let's see copper. Let's see what too much copper does. Abdominal pain, vomiting, yellow skin, and white on the eye. I only experience abdominal pain, but not a big deal. Selenium, is this bad? Probably. Selenium. Fatigue, diarrhea, skin rash, not really. Brittle hair. Oh shit! Fatigue. I just looked this up, and apparently there's hair loss. And I don't want to say like I'm going bald, but I recently noticed that on my sides, I feel like the hair is really thinning. It's really thinning out, and I don't know. I'm getting scared. I feel like I'm going bald, like especially on my temples. I don't know. I might be just overthinking, but as you can see, my hair is getting really shitty on the sides. So don't overdo your liver. Muscle tenderness, I don't know what the fuck is that. Garlic breath. So yeah, all of these kind of bad symptoms that you want to avoid. Now let's see, phosphorus. Symptoms of too much phosphorus. Muscle cramps, bone and joint pains, weak bones. Hmm, I didn't really feel any of these. Probably because. Probably only just. No, I didn't feel weak bones. Probably just a little bit of this. Not much. So let's move on to the not amino acids. We're not going to cover that up in this video, but let's see the vitamins. And no, I'm getting Alzheimer as well. Nutrition facts. Let's see. What the fuck? Oh, here it is. What? Huh. Dude, am I tripping? Minerals. Let's see mineral. What? No, yeah, vitamins. I don't know. Anti-Alzheimer. I don't know what I have. So vitamin A, we got vitamin B. No, I think. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time going over this. You get the point. Don't just eat a shit and something liver or whatever meat there is or whatever food there is without consulting like the nutrition values, especially for highly nutrition dense foods like liver. What other foods are highly dense in vitamins? I don't know, but do your research if you suspect something, and this way you just avoid having all those symptoms for a long time and you know having all those symptoms for a long time and losing a lot of progress unnecessarily because you know it's not cool to feel tired all the time, and if you've been feeling tired and a lot of brain fog all the time, you don't feel like doing anything, you have low energy, you have all of these symptoms, check on your iron levels. They could be either too low or too high. The most ironic thing is that I used to have anemia, so lack of iron. Now I'm here like because I took a really poor decision on my diet. I'm here with excessive iron. So it's been like a week since I stopped eating liver. I'm still going to eat it, but I'm just going to take a huge break, like 1 month or 2 months, and I'll just start eating normally, like 100 grams to 200 grams. Now, for detoxification, all those minerals and vitamins just don't disappear from one day to another. Some of them, especially the fat soluble ones, take more time and it's a longer detoxification process. What I'm doing to kind of fight this is I'm just drinking warm water every day, not cold. Supposedly, warm water is better for detox. I'm just, having a better diet overall. I've stopped just being so obsessed with protein and started, just relaxing a little more, adding more carbohydrates and stuff because, I'm an athlete, not someone who needs to be, very masculine and all this testosterone stuff. Now I'll just focus on carbohydrates for energy for my workouts because after all, I'm just an athlete and I need energy for my workouts, not like the good old protein for muscles like the old school bodybuilders used to obsess over. As you can see, like uh, compared to my old plates that I used to do, like just full of meat and barely any carbs. As you can see, there's a big difference here because I'm starting to implement a lot of vegetables, a lot of like carbohydrates, and start just slowing down on protein because I just realized you don't need that much protein. And if 2 years ago I was able to do pretty well with very little protein since it was my parents cooking, um, you know what's the problem now? Like, why wouldn't I be able to perform very well? Well, carbohydrates is the answer. So I'll just, start going back to how I used to eat because that was how it used to work for me. And I got my mind very polluted with all of these kind of, oh, this is the way to diet, this is the way to eat, this is the way to become masculine. I got very lost in those ideas, and that dragged me to the wrong side, to the dark, to the dark side. So yeah, I just fucked up really bad because I got obsessed with protein, and since chicken liver is the cheapest meat of is the cheapest source of protein, well, I guess that I went really hard on that, and I shouldn't have. So if you don't want to lose 1 year of progress or months or more or even your life, which is I think it's possible to lose your life from um, intoxication of all of these minerals and vitamins. If you don't want that to happen to you, just don't be a dumbass. Don't just um, completely hyper obsessed with a certain type of food, or just eat normally. Eat however you feel like, but don't eat junk food. Just stay away from that. Just eat normal food, like whatever you like. Do your favorite plates. Don't just don't overeat in large quantities. Just do what works best for you. And if you were someone who was thinking about eating a bunch of liver or was influenced by some other people, I hope this video really helps you out, because it might just stop you from plateauing or even worse, losing progress like I did for 1 year. So that was it, bro. I hope that helps, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.